snazzy editing, good jokes. Wait, hey guys, sorry, we don't do any of that here. It's a citizen named Moote, and we're here for AstroPub Fixed My Fleet Reply. What I'm doing here is I'm actually helping the info runners and showing them how Moote, I'm a citizen of the Aurora Republic, how I would evaluate your fleet, how I would put priorities, listening to you, Paul, AstroPub, and the things that you want in the game. I'm about efficiency and using as much of your fleet as possible in the optimum circumstance. So if you can find a situation where you can use the most of your fleet, get the most value during the most time, then you can do anything else you want with your in-game currency, and you can feel good with your money spent in Star Citizen. So let's take a look at this. When he's describing his fleet, we have several very interesting things to look at. Okay, first we have his freelancer max is going to be something that he paid 0 for, so we're not going to get rid of that. The F8 A and C he's getting, we're going to keep that out of there. The Gladius he paid nothing for, we're going to keep this out. And then the last thing we're going to add to the list is the Banner Merchantman, which is worth $350, but he paid what, like $250, so that we're going to say the Banner Merchantman is locked, simply because he's not going to get the value. Much better off upgrading from the Banner Merchantman to something higher up. So that's going to be the thing that we are not going to look at today. We're not looking at these 4 things. So then looking at your fleet, you got the Caterpillar at $295, the Corsair at $215, the Titan at $75, the Buck at $100, Dragonfly 40, you got 2 of those, right? One of the Tumbrils, I don't know which one it is. Oh, I think it's 55, and then a Ranger. So this gives us the amount that we have to spend in your hangar, because we're not going to be looking at the Banner Merchantman. We're not going to be looking at the F8A, the C, the Gladius, or the Freelancer Max. Let me add this up real quick. Just pulling up this calculator. 295 plus 215 plus 75 plus 100 plus 40 plus 40 plus 55 plus 45. So you have roughly 865 to spend. Okay. One thing I'm going to suggest here, Paul, we're going to try to create you a what I see as your ultimate AstroPub fleet. But from what I've looked at, it might take an additional slight investment. And we are talking slight investment. Okay, I'm going to show you how I would work this, right? Just exactly, I'm going to pair it off of what your co-hosts here talked about. You might want to look into the Exploration Pack. That's where I suggest starting off at, right? Exploration Pack is going to be $695. Okay, we have $865 to spend minus $695. That's going to leave us leaves $170. So we have $170 of credit approximately to work with. Now I'm assuming that you're okay with trading in the Dragonflies and the Tumbrils, because I think you're much better off when you look at the price of those. Like, let's just take the two Dragonflies, the Tumbril and the Ranger. 80 plus 55, that's 135, plus another 45, we're looking at $180. So that's almost your Corsair in total, just from 3 little small ground vehicles that can be purchased in game for not too much money. So we're not saying that it's not useful. You might end up deciding that, hey, you want these ground vehicles, you want the LTI on them. or the insurance on them, just so you don't have to pay in the future. Your choice. My suggestion is to go with the Inforunner suggestion of kind of sell the small things and use your money for the larger purchases. And that's the viewpoint that I'm taking with your fleet here. Okay, so let's look at what we have gotten with the exploration pack. We get a Carrack, we get a Terrapin, and I'm going to put in the assumed values here so that we can know if we can upgrade them or not. Freelancer Dur, it's 135. But these are not, there's going to be no meltable value because you cannot melt any of these. Cyclone RN is going to be 65. You cannot melt any of these. You have to melt the entire package. Now, one of the great things about this package is everything comes with LTI. Everything comes with a LTI, which is great. This is another thing that maybe we didn't talk about during your first Fix My Fleet, but it's definitely worth talking about which of the ships have LTIs and everything. Now, the free ones like the F8A and C and the Freelancer Max and the Gladius, doesn't matter what those insurances are, right? You have them for free, that's fine. But if we can get as many of your ships with LTI as possible, then, and that's just through the anniversary sales, through upgrading properly, just through planning and logistics, if we can have LTI on your ships, that is a large benefit, and that will be money saved. Now, CIG says that it is not going to be that big of a benefit, but hey, a benefit is a benefit. If we can work a benefit into your fleet, let's do it. Okay. So I'm just going to take away these locked ones up here on the top to give us a little bit more room here. Now, what I suggest, okay, let's talk about what you want to do the AstroPub. Boom, you want to have this floating space pub. Awesome. That's what the Banu Merchantman can be right now for you. You have that. We're not tossing that. Use that. Banu Merchantman, it would be great for that. It's great because it has the restricted access to the different levels. So you can allow a pub level and then have another level be inner sanctum people who are in your crew, in your organization, your trusted people. I really liked your idea of using the merchants inside the merchantmen to sell your own wares, because why would I really need to want merchants if I could have 10 of my own different stores selling 10 of my own wares in addition to my own private marketplace? Seems like I would make a lot more of the profit there. But, you know, there would be a lot of opportunity for service using the Banu Merchantman yourself. So, anyways, let's look at what I think you need in support of your floating AstroPub. And that is very simply spawn locations. You want to get people to your area. You want people to spawn in. You want people to use it. That is the number one priority of my fixture fleet. So, what I suggest is you choose the Terrapin to the Endeavor for only 130. Okay? So, pardon me. Terrapin to Endeavor for only 130. Right? That is going to leave you with $40 more in credit. Now, this is where I suggest there's 2 more pickups that I would do for your fleet. And this even leaves some modularity for you to change some of these things later. So the first one will be the first one that I suggest that you can use now. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to worry about wasted money. So you have that leaves 40, right? So it is $70 to change the Cyclone RN to the Cuddy Red. The Cyclone into the Cutty Red is going to give you some more spawn points, and the Cutlass is just a great everyday ship. That can be one of your shuttles that goes out and spawns people around where they die and brings them back to the pub. Who knows? But I just think that Cutty Red, that Cutty Red has a synergy with the Endeavor, man. They're going to be able to fit 2 of them. So right off the bat, you know that you can buy that hanger in the game for the Endeavor, and use the Cutty Red. So the Endeavor is going to have like a medical station, a low-level one, beds and such like that. I suggest the full-level hospital, maybe not all of the hospital sections, but maybe some of them, and that's to help for the GastroPub, man. You are in the business of helping people with the things that they desire, and sometimes they go too far. And heck, you're there to patch people up, and when they're patched up, give them a drink, you know? I also think the Endeavor is great for the the greenhouses where you can grow things. So maybe you grow your granary brews, your yeasts, your hops and barley, and you can also grow food that your people in your bar would like to eat. So it can help. It can help produce the alcohol, and it can help satiate the people who come to your customers. So that's why I think the Endeavor and the Cutty Red together are just the more spawn points that you can have out there around in support of your AstroPub, the better. So that's going to take a $30 extra investment. If I'm doing the math correct, to be able to upgrade, to be able to change over, to be able to keep your Banu Merchantman, and be able to have the Endeavor and the Cutty Red for only $30 more is pretty good in my opinion. Now there is one more upgrade suggestion that I think is the best for you, and that's going to be another $80 in the game, right? Investment is a pledge. We hope this all works out. This is theory crafting, right? But $80 investment to change the Dur to the Corsair. So you love that Corsair, man. When I heard you describe the way that Corsair, the way that you would use it, it just seemed very synergy. You could be flying that around, doing your little missions, while these other ships, all in support of the AstroPub, were doing theirs. So the Carrack has a medical bay. You can have the Carrack and the Endeavor and your Cutty Red all there in support of your Banu Merchantmen when you are out doing your dastardly deeds. Maybe you're running some cargo, but you can be in your Corsair if you wanted to be for only $80 more. And again, that is LTI. So you would have LTI on the Endeavor. You would have LTI on the Cutty Red. You would have LTI on the Corsair. And then you still have the Dragonfly, which is an LTI token to upgrade to. And the other thing that I think that you could get, we're stretching it thin, right? We are stretching it thin. But the other thing that a Caterpillar would not hurt. I mean, if you decided to go Caterpillar instead of the Endeavor, I understand. I think in the end game that the Endeavor will be better for you, whereas the Caterpillar, yeah, you could make it work. But that'd be pretty cool to earn in game. Just get the Endeavor, get the one that's end level for you, because the Endeavor is kind of an upper tier support ship, where the Caterpillar is just kind of theory crafting. Hey, maybe it'll help, maybe it won't, but you can earn that in game. If you have the Endeavor, if you have your AstroPub, you'll be able to buy any ship that you want. It's my suggestion that right now an Endeavor with LTI will be more valuable for $350 than the Caterpillar at $295. the difference is that you could play with the Caterpillar now, but we're theory crafting for what is your ultimate fleet. What would help you the most when these things get implemented into the game? And that's just what I think you would have. You would have a Carrack, you would have an Endeavor, you would have a Cuddy Red, you would have a Corsair, and then you would still have your Freelancer Dur, the F8A. I'm sorry, the Freelancer Max, the F8A, the Gladius. I mean, those are some daily drivers and daily tanks right there. So all you need is really other big ships. And I want you to just take away the thought is this synergistic. Like, if you had all of these ships working in coordination, spawning people in, maybe from a local battlefield. Maybe these are people that died on the front line, or near or in support of the front line, and you're bringing them back and rehabilitating them and giving them some grog. Man, everybody would want some grog after a long hospital stay. I know I would. So I could see your Carrack and your Endeavor and your Corsair and your Cuddy Red all working together in a little fleet. It just depends what you want. Of course, getting all of the ships up and working together is a lot. But I think when we're wanting to play with $1,000 of hangar, basically, I mean, we're looking at $865 for you to spend. When we're bouncing around $1,000 worth of hangar, it's definitely worth trying to theory craft for, hey, what is going to be the best in the end. Now, I would say there's no need. You might want to buy the Terrapin to Endeavor CCU. So if you decide to go the route with the Exploration Pack, buy the Terrapin to Endeavor CCU the next anniversary sale, and then melt it, and then you'll be able to buy it back. You'll be able to buy it back whenever you want. And the same thing is with the Corsair. You can buy the Dur to Corsair CCU, melt it, and then buy it back when you need to. When those ships come out, if you like those ships, you can hold on, because you don't want to upgrade part of your package, part of the Exploration Pack, into stuff that you don't want, that's a dead end, because then you'll have to end up melting the whole pack, rebuying the whole pack, and doing the whole thing over again in order to get all the LTI on the ships. And it's doable, but it's best to plan ahead and give yourself some outs. So this is my fixture fleet for AstroPub. Citizen named Moote. Let me see. Aurora Republic Moote. This is just a little. Montage of this was all the screenshots uploaded within a couple weeks on the Aurora's Discord server, and so I just set them to this music. So guys, thanks. This Moote, citizen named Moote, and hope you enjoyed my look into AstroPub's Fix My Fleet, how I would go about it, just the things that I think he would like based on what he said. This is my reply. Take it with a grain of salt. So, yeah. And of course, AstroPub, I would definitely, if you do go the Exploration Pack, I would also look into keeping that Dragonfly LTI token so that you can upgrade it to something down the line. Keep that LTI, and it'll just to be a lot more valuable for a large ship, because LTI for a personal ground vehicle like that, it's not going to be a big deal. We're going to be able to pay for those. We're going to be able to buy supplemental insurance anyways, and so that's why they're saying LTI is not going to be a big deal. But if you can get it on your big ships while you can, now, even if it's a 5% savings down the road, you got to take it. You just got to take it. It's just my opinion. It's just Moote, and I'm flawed. Because I care too much. I care about your fleet. Or am I just talking to get through this montage? Guys, video's been long enough. Take care. Moote, I'm out. Peace!